In this video, I'm going to show you how I would add $50,000 in monthly revenue to this brand, Lark in the Morning, with SEO. We're going to cover everything from technical SEO, content, and backlinks. So this is going to be a bit of a longer video. And if you can't sit down and watch a long video about SEO, then SEO is probably not for you because SEO requires patience. If you don't know who I am Miko Martinez. I've been in the SEO industry for over 6 years now. I've worked on over 200 projects, and I've helped scale some of them to over 7 figures in annual SEO revenue. So let's get to the video. This is an interesting brand, Lark in the Morning, because we got on a call with them about a year ago to discuss SEO. We didn't end up working together, which is a shame because when I see this brand, I immediately can tell that this is a great fit for SEO. They sell musical instruments, but not just any musical instruments. They sell unique musical instruments, which is key here because there are so much product categories that they can target. And not only that, a lot of these product categories are low competition because they're like unique instruments that I haven't heard of. Like, I don't know what a psalteries is. I don't know what, balalaikas is, bazookas, dulcimer, goosengs. Like, I don't know what these things are, but when I look at the search volume for some of these things, they have significant search volume. Dulcimer for sale has 450 search volume according to Ahrefs, right? And that's just for this specific long tail keyword, right? Dulcimer probably has even more search volume, right? Like probably thousands. Okay. So, and not only that, when I look at the price point of these products, like this is in Polish zloty, by the way. So just divide this by 4 and you get dollars. They're like these dulcimers are between $500 to $600 each, right? So, for example, Lark in the Morning, like let's assume they ranked first. First get a 40% click-through rate. So let's just divide this by half. So just say 200 and assume a 1% conversion rate. So that's 2. If they sold 2 of these a month, just because they ranked number 1 for dulcimer for sale, that's already $1,000. That's $1,000 for one long tail variation of the keyword, not even the main keyword, right? So you can imagine the profit or revenue potential if they ranked for every single one of these keywords, right? Because this is what we look for when it comes to SEO. Like we like working with brands that have a ton of product categories that, are low competition, ideally, like these, and a high price point. Because number one, it won't be that difficult to drive more traffic. And number two, when you do drive traffic, it doesn't take much to actually drive revenue growth because the prices of these products are so high, right? And while I'm on this page, I'm going to show you they rank number 2 for dulcimers for sale. And the simple reason behind that is because the person ranking number 1 has dulcimers for sale in their title tag, and Lark in the Morning just has dulcimers, right? Their competition is obviously trying to optimize for SEO. They put handmade mountain dulcimers for sale in their title tag. So they're definitely trying to, implement some SEO that Lark in the Morning isn't implementing. Lark in the Morning does have some rankings, albeit not great, because they have a decent backlink profile. DR49, 1,400 referring domains, 8.4K backlinks. Obviously, we'll have to sort this to see the quality of these domains. We'll do that later. But, what I'm trying to say is that there's so much potential here if they just invested in a little bit of SEO. That's why I'm so disappointed that we didn't push through with this project last year. Hopefully this year we can convince them to invest in some SEO because this is a great brand for SEO. Okay, anyway, let's get to the gist of it. Let's go through the 607 media playbook, the playbook we basically use to get the results we do at our agency. And let's start with technical SEO. So these are the few things that we always check with regards to technical SEO. Do they have breadcrumbs? They don't. Okay, they need to implement breadcrumbs, which is adding a piece of code to all of your pages, right? Another thing we check is duplicate pages, because duplicate pages is a very common technical SEO issue on Shopify, right? The problem with duplicate pages is that you're forcing the search engine to basically crawl and use resources on pages that don't really add SEO value. And SEO, like these pages are in the form of like product and blog tags, auto-generated collection pages, etc., right? And the best way to check real quick is to use this search operator site and then your website URL and then tagged, right? You can see all the unnecessary tag pages being indexed by the search engine. You want to remove these from the index. Why? Because they're wasting your crawl budget. They're wasting the search engine's resources. And the thing about technical SEO is the goal is just to make it easy for search engines to crawl and index the content on your site, right? And you want to make sure that it's the useful content, the content that you actually want to rank, because these are essentially all just duplicate content. They don't have any SEO value, so they're just wasting the search engine's resources. If you want to remove these pages from the index, you simply need to, well, this is our training on technical SEO for Shopify. If you want access to this, it's for free in the link in the description. Okay. If you want to remove those tag pages from the index, you can simply add this piece of code into your theme.liquid file, and it'll automatically no index all these pages. Basically clean your index of all these tag pages. Small fix will make a big difference with your technical SEO. And other things also like the auto-generated collection pages, you want to remove these from the index. Again, they don't provide any SEO value. If there's no target keyword, if it's not answering a user query, you shouldn't have those pages indexed, right? Because they provide no SEO value, you're just wasting the search engine's resources. And the last thing that's actually not on this list that I want to point out is that Lark in the Morning has a lot of pages that do not target any keywords or provide no SEO value, right? Like, see, I sorted, the pages that get zero traffic, and I can see immediately that a lot of the product pages don't really have a target keyword. So you can actually remove these product pages from the index. I'm not saying to delete them. I'm just saying to remove them from the index, to tell the search engine, don't crawl these pages because they don't provide any SEO value. There's no target keyword. They won't rank for anything. So don't bother crawling them or wasting your resources on them. We prefer to use your resources on our important key pages, like pages with actual search volume, pages that actually have a target keyword. And yeah, ignore these pages. So that's what I would do. I would remove a lot of these products from the index. Products GW808 DVD, like there's so many unnecessary pages that are being crawled by the search engine. The search engine is wasting too many resources crawling these duplicate pages or these pages with no SEO value. Okay? Because in the end, the goal of technical SEO is to make it easy for search engines to crawl and understand the content on your site. Because remember, Google is a business. And as a business, it aims to maximize efficiency in every operation, including how it crawls and indexes the web. If you're asking Google to crawl and index all your tag pages, all these other pages that don't really provide any SEO value, you're increasing your cost of retrieval. And if you have two brands or two websites, everything else is the same, content is the same, backlinks are the same, the search engine is going to prefer crawling and indexing the one where it's cheaper, right? It's cheaper to index. The cost of retrieval is lower. So it's very important to just get this out of the way because, again, technical SEO is not that difficult. It's pretty much just a checklist that you go through, a checklist that you can find in this training, pretty much, right? You can literally just go through this list and implement everything on this list. Like if you wanted to remove product and blog tags from the index, it's simply just copy pasting this piece of code into your theme.liquid file, right? You just go through this list, do everything on this list, and you're basically set for SEO, for technical SEO. Like a lot of SEOs complicate technical SEO, but it's actually not that complicated. It's literally just a checklist that you go through. Okay. let's move on. So navigation and site structure. So when it comes to navigation and site structure, we always want to look at the homepage and the main menu, right? So first things, the main menu, I like how it's organized already. I would actually keep it this way, right? And for the homepage, the goal with the homepage is to feature the top collection pages or top shopping pages. It can be product pages depending on your brand in terms of search volume at higher up in the homepage. Because the goal here is, when you look at your homepage usually has the most backlinks. Like you can check. You can go to your backlinks, you can go to your backlink profile, you can use a tool like SEMrush or Ahrefs. I like using Ahrefs because I've been using it for so long, but a lot of people like to use SEMrush as well. And you can filter by, quality DR30 at least 1K traffic. And then you can add another filter, target page. Like, let's just put the homepage here, right? Like inthemorning.com is, okay? So this will show me exactly which, and then we can just sort by do follow. Okay, yeah, that's good. Right. So this shows me how many backlinks the homepage gets, right? So 446 backlinks out of 1,900. So 1/4 of your backlinks are pointing to your domain, right? And if 1/4 of your backlinks are pointing to your domain, you want to make sure you're funneling that link juice to your most important pages, your pages with the highest search volume. So in Lark in the Morning's case, it's going to be these key collection or product category pages that have the highest search volume, which they do, right? Shop by our most popular collections. They're putting their most popular collections here, which is good. But, you know, I would move regional collections much lower because I don't think these have much search volume, right? And I would just do more of what's you can find in the navigation, like, oh, these are the most popular collections under drums, right? These are the most popular collections under percussion, strings. Like you can basically categorize them on the homepage as well and feature those collection pages here, right? Because again, you want to funnel your homepage's link juice to these key collection pages. They will power them up and they will improve their rankings easily. It's probably one of the lowest hanging fruit things you can do, especially when you have a more established brand with a really strong backlink profile. A lot of your backlinks will be pointing to the homepage. You want to direct that link juice exactly where you need it, right? And in this case, it's going to be the key collection pages. So that's the only thing I would do actually with the homepage. Everything else is fine. Like the navigation is fine, but I would kind of imitate the navigation on the homepage, right? Drums, percussion, strings, winds. Like I would flesh them out here on the homepage. Move this a little bit lower, and yeah, these reviews are good, blog posts are good, yeah. But I would definitely add more links to your key collections on the homepage. Okay. Moving on. Okay, now let's get to the collection pages. Like a lot of the revenue growth in SEO is going to come down to these collection pages, right? Specifically for this brand. Some brands it's going to be the product pages, but you know, for Lark in the Morning, we're going to focus on collection pages because when you look at the keywords that they're targeting, you can see that they are collection page keywords, right? Dulcimers, dulcimer for sale. These are the pages that are going to rank for these target keywords, right? So how would we, optimize these collection pages for SEO? So we actually have a training on optimizing collection pages for SEO. And it's pretty simple, right? Number one, you want to get your key SEO elements down. That's H1 URL and title tag. That's the most basic. If you don't have this, then yeah, you're way behind, right? You need to make sure that these key elements are optimized for your target keyword. So if your target keyword is dulcimer or dulcimers, you want your H1 URL and title tag to have that target keyword. And Lark in the Morning does this right? The thing that they don't do is they're not optimizing for the longer tail variations of that keyword, right? They are being outranked by Folkcraft, which has a weaker backlink profile than them because they are optimized for that target keyword. Lark in the Morning is not, right? If you look at Photograph, they have, they're putting that longer tail variations of the keyword in the title tag. They have handmade mountain dulcimers for sale in the title tag. Lark in the Morning just has dulcimers, right? Like it's good to have your target keyword in the key SEO elements, but when it comes to the title tag, you can actually add more long tail variations of the keyword. The title tag is what shows up on the SERP. So, adding those longer tail variations will increase click-through rate and it'll improve the rankings for those long tail variations. Like changing the title tag to dulcimers for sale, I argue will instantly move Lark in the Morning to number 1 for this specific query or keyword. Okay. So that's number 1. I would definitely go over the key SEO elements and make sure that you have your target keyword there. And number 2, I would add more content to these collection pages. Why? Because the search engine is looking for the expert or authority in the industry, right? And the search engine can do that 2 ways. Number 1, through content, and number 2, through backlinks, right? And backlinks we'll discuss later. But number 1, you need to add more content to your collection pages. Like, yeah, this is good. Like, this is more than what most people do, but you need to add more content. Amazon can get away without adding content because they have this significant backlink profile. Most e-commerce brands do not, right? So you need to add more content to show the search engine that, oh, we know what we're talking about. We are the experts in dulcimers because we're answering all the questions users have about dulcimers, right? And, that content will be in the form of I'm going to make this image bigger, in the form of a detailed category description. It's basically just a description of why your dulcimers are better than your competitors' dulcimers, right? And then frequently asked questions. What questions do users have about dulcimers? There should be a lot, right? I, for one, don't even know what a dulcimer is, right? So there should be a lot of these questions that you can answer. And at the bottom, we also like to add featured reviews because this, it can only help. It'll help improve conversion rates. And if these reviews are keyword rich, they actually improve SEO as well. Okay. But, we've seen a positive correlation between the amount of useful, relevant content on a product category page and its rankings. The keyword there is useful and relevant because you don't want to just add fluff into these collection pages, right? The content needs to be useful and relevant. But again, the reasoning here is simple because when you add useful, relevant content to your collection pages, you're showing the search engine that you are the authority or expert in your industry. That because you're answering the questions that your potential customers, users have about your target keyword, in this case, dulcimers, you must be the authority or expert in the industry, right? So when it comes to shopping pages, even product pages, depending on your brand, you want to add more content and just make sure that content is useful and relevant and it will improve the rankings. Okay. Okay. Here, again, the key SEO elements, the H1 URL and title tag, you want to make sure that your keyword is in these. And then for the title tag, you can be a little bit longer there. So you can add some long tail variations of the keyword there. And then, add more content to the collection pages in the form of descriptions. Even your product grid, you can add more content on the product grid itself so that they don't have to click through to the product to see, more details about it, like maybe the size of it, the weight. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with what's important to show for dulcimers, right? But yeah, some frequently asked questions, the featured reviews at the bottom, and of course, like internal links to other sub collection pages if if it makes sense, right? I'm gonna skip product pages because again, for Lark in the Morning, the key here seems to be ranking for their collection pages, right? It's product categories that they should be targeting. Okay. Okay. And then next, supporting blog content. So a lot of brands ask, do I actually need a blog? The answer is yes. The blog can only help, right? Like, again, it's the same thing with adding content to the collection or product category pages. The blog helps show the search engine that you are the expert or authority in your industry. And well, number one, you can rank your blog posts, right? So that's additional traffic. And as I mentioned, like they again help show the search engine that you are the expert or authority in the industry. And that increases the rankings of your collection pages through internal linking and topical authority. So when you look at the blog posts on Lark in the Morning, like they're barely ranking for these blog posts because they're not really optimized for SEO, right? So how to play Castanet. This was written in 2017, so obviously they haven't been working on their blog. And yeah, it's very bare. There's no structure. There's no headings. There is a YouTube video though, which helps. But again, when it comes to the blog, it needs to be optimized for SEO as well. The key SEO element, internal links, ideally images, videos, and visuals, and then product CTAs, right? Like if your blog post is about how to play castanets, you kind of want to have a product CTA pointing to your castanets product page or collection page, right? And then have some internal links going to that same collection page, right? When it comes to blog posts, the goal is not necessarily to rank them, although that's an additional benefit. But the goal is to actually power up or support the rankings of your shopping pages through internal links and topical authority, right? Because again, by answering all these questions that your users and your customers have about your products, you are showing the search engine that you are the authority or expert in your industry. And that's how you will rank. Okay. So if you're publishing a blog and you're not putting any internal links on there, you're kind of leaving a lot of opportunity on the table, right? Like, yeah. So that's the main thing with the blog content. Okay. And last but not the least, link building. Link building is super key when it comes to SEO because in the end, like, okay, Lark in the Morning actually has a decent backlink profile, but they still need targeted link building to actually rank for these keywords, right? Like, what I would do is I would look at the keywords or the collection pages that they're already ranking for decently, like loots for sale, right? Let's look at this keyword and let's see who's ranking because they're ranking number 3 for this. And if they rank number 1 for this, they would get 4 times more revenue. And again, this is super key because these are not cheap. Loots are not cheap. Like it's like $1,500, $500 to $1,000 for each of these loots. So if they ranked for this, that's an additional. If they improve their rankings for this, that's an additional thousands of dollars in monthly revenue, right? And again, we look at why. Okay, so number 1, it's not optimized for loots for sale. The title tag is just loots. You can literally change this to loots for sale and it might improve the rankings. But again, we're talking about backlinks here. And if we're looking at backlinks, obviously I'm not looking at quality right now, but if we're looking at backlinks, they have 1. The person ranking second has 6. And the person ranking first has 8. Like if you can just fill that link gap, if you just build more backlinks, there's no reason you can't rank number 1. Right? You have a higher DR than the brand that's ranking number 1. Their page just has more backlinks. And it's very fitting to see that, it's you can see that the person ranking number 1 has 8, the person ranking number 2 has 6, and you ranking number 3 has 1. So you can see clearly that backlinks does affect rankings, right? Backlinks clearly affects rankings here. And that's why targeted link building is so important because even if you have like a DR49 and your domain has more backlinks, maybe more powerful backlinks, a DR34 website may outrank you if their specific page has more backlinks because you need to fill that gap. Again, when it comes to SEO, it's all about thinking about the gaps between you and your competition. Like what content do they have that I don't have? And how are they writing that content? The quality and quantity of that content. The same thing with links. Like, how does their backlink profile look like? Like, what types of links are they building? How many backlinks do they have? What is the quality of those backlinks? Quantity and quality of those backlinks, right? Like here, you can see immediately that you need to build more backlinks to this page and you can rank number 1. And if you rank number one, the difference between ranking number one and three is huge. Number one gets a 40% CTR. Number three gets around 8%. Meaning you can get 5 times more clicks if you just built a few backlinks, right? And that's the goal with link building, is to basically calculate the link gap between you and your competitors and then build backlinks to your homepage, your collection pages, and supporting blog content, right? Yeah. And then the main, these are the methods we use at 607 Media. We mainly rely on Harrow or reactive BR, guest posts, and link insertions because we have more control over these. Specifically, guest posts and link insertions, because these two link building strategies, guest posts and link insertions, are really the only ones where you can control the amount of links you're getting every month, right? Like if you wanted to fill this link gap in 3 months, you could build 2 to 3 backlinks a month for 3 months, right? And these other link building strategies like digital PR, broken link building, creating linkable assets, you don't exactly have control over building or choosing to build 2 to 3 backlinks every month for 3 months, right? Guest posts on link and link insertions, on the other hand, you have. Like you can either buy them from a vendor and they will build 2 to 3 backlinks for you every month, or you can do the outreach yourself, right? You can reach out to relevant websites and ask for that backlink, and it's reliable. They move the needle, and yeah, they work. Most of the links we build at our agency are guest posts and link insertions, and specifically link insertions on pages with traffic have shown to move the needle greatly recently. Like those are really powerful links. And I would argue that if you just built a few of those backlinks to this page, you'd easily get to number one. And that's why I believe that you, like Lark in the Morning, can easily add $50,000 in monthly revenue with SEO, because again, there's just so many low competition collection pages that they can rank, and the price point of all these unique instruments is so high that you don't even need to drive that much traffic to get to $50,000 in additional monthly revenue. Okay. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask in the comments below. If you want to learn how to do this yourself, I recommend you join our Shopify SEO Mastermind. It's a school community where we go over everything that I just discussed, but in greater detail. We have a course in there that's over 15 modules, which I will show you right now. It's over 15 modules covering technical SEO, on-page SEO, and off-page SEO. If you're interested in doing this yourself, you can join our community. And if you want us to do this for you, you can apply to work with us. There will be a link in the description. And if you are a fit to work with us, we'll hop on a call. And if you hop on a call, there's no obligation to work with us. So at the very least, you end up with a free SEO consultation and an SEO action plan that you can implement on your own. Yeah, that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. Cheers.